Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Matt, the creator of Airbnb Uncovered and Airbnb Superhost. On this channel, I uncover some of the best kept hosting secrets, as well as share with you everything that I've ever learned after hosting over 3,000 guests. If you're thinking about becoming an Airbnb host, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to go over what's involved in setting up your Airbnb and how long you can expect that to take. There are two main components to getting your house ready to welcome your first guests, and we're going to cover each of them in today's video. Today, we'll talk about setting up your home and creating your listing on Airbnb, including check-in and check-out processes. I hope that you're enjoying the content on my channel so far. And if you are, I hope that you'll subscribe so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. It's a huge help with the YouTube algorithm. So let me dive into the first area, which is setting your home up for Airbnb. The way I see it, there are two big chunks to this part: the cleaning and the maintenance part. In last week's video, I talked all about decluttering, removing personal items, and giving your home a deep clean. This is a great place to start, but let's go a little bit deeper in this week's video. You have to pay particular attention to how clean your kitchen and bathrooms are, because these are of prime importance to guests. Make sure that there is no visible mold or mildew in either of these rooms. Toss any dead or near dead houseplants. Same goes for food in your fridge that is nearing expiration. I just want to point out that this process is the same if you're planning to list your entire home or you're sharing just a part of it, like a spare room. Every area that a guest has access to has to be clean. When you're decluttering, try to create space for your guests' belongings. A couple drawers in a dresser and some hangers and space in the closet should suffice. If you can only afford space in one or the other, then clear space in your closet. Sometimes guests like to travel with items they don't want to wrinkle. So that's the clean part. What about the maintenance part? As for maintenance, make sure you don't have any burnt out lights. Check for any loose or malfunctioning doorknobs or windows. Double check that wires for your electrical appliances are in good shape and not frayed or worn. Replace that loose deck board and make sure your door locks are in good working order. I just read an article earlier today about a guest complaining that the front door didn't lock. This is a huge no-no. A review that mentions the front door not locking could all but kill your listing. Also, double check that the batteries in your smoke detector and carbon monoxide monitor are good and that both are functioning. Airbnb encourages every home to have a carbon monoxide monitor and smoke detector, and I think these are must-haves. Sometimes Airbnb will even give away free carbon monoxide detectors, so keep an eye on their site for an announcement. While you might be okay with a toaster that needs a little jiggle to get the toast out, or a lock that you need to fiddle with to open, your guests probably won't be. So bring your home up to tip-top shape. So how much time should all of this take? Well, that depends on the size of your home and its current state. Do you have a lot of clutter and personal items in your home? And set aside a couple days to sort through your stuff and either store it if it's valuable or highly sentimental, or toss it or donate it. Remember the age-old secret of design: less is more. Maybe you don't have a lot of clutter, but your home needs some maintenance. Set aside the same amount of time, a few days, to get all of this done. If you have a smaller home with relatively little clutter, then you're probably fine with half a day, or even just a few hours if you're a real neat freak. Look at readying your home for your first guests as motivation to get all of your home to-do items off of your list. The next one-time setup activity that you need to do is set up your listing on Airbnb. This usually takes between 2 and 4 hours, and I'm including the time it takes to take pictures of your space. Airbnb provides a step-by-step guide to creating your listing. Fill in all the fields in this process, even the optional ones. Having a complete listing helps to boost your search ranking. If you're stuck on what to write, then check out a couple of listings in your area for inspiration. Once your listing is live, you want to go back to the Edit Listing screens and adjust the settings that were not available in the step-by-step process. I'll explore these options in a future video. One often overlooked part of setting up your Airbnb is designing your check-in process. Many newbie hosts often overlook this part, and then they are scrambling right before their first guest arrives. Think about how you're going to facilitate key exchange. Does your address appear correctly on Google Maps? Will you meet your guests in person? And if so, where? Thinking about your check-in is much easier if you're Airbnb-ing a standalone house, but in a condo or an apartment, things get complicated. If you're not planning an in-person check-in, then where will you leave the keys? Lock boxes are the de facto, but they can freeze or be removed. Once your guest has the keys, exactly what do they do after that? If your lockbox is hanging from your front doorknob, then it's easy. But if it's in a different location, then you need a step-by-step instruction guide. Or maybe you're going to use a smart lock on your front door. And in that case, you need step-by-step instructions on how to download the app, and then more step-by-step instructions on how to use the app. Seldom are these provided by the smart lock manufacturer. Similarly, if you need check-in instructions, then you need check-out instructions. Often this part is overlooked. What do guests do with the keys when they're leaving? Will you meet them in person and grab them? Or do you want your guests to do anything before they leave? Take out the trash, start the laundry, start the dishwasher, turn down the heating or the AC? Map out your checkout and check-in processes before your first guests arrive. Otherwise, you'll be scrambling and you'll look disorganized to your guests. To answer the question of how long in total it will take to prep your home and set up your Airbnb listing, I'd say somewhere between a few days and maybe 3 to 6 hours, depending on the condition and size of your home. You might be wondering, what would happen if you don't bother doing all of this? Well, the short answer is your Airbnb is probably not going to work. The way the Airbnb algorithm is set up is that it gives new hosts a natural bump in search results for a few days after the listing goes live. These first few days are your opportunity to secure a few first bookings. Your ratings and response time will fuel your ranking in search, ideally matching the boost you received right out of the gate. But to sustain this level of activity, you need to have 5-star reviews from your guests. And guests will not give you 5-star reviews if your home is dirty, cluttered, or in need of maintenance, and thus causing your search ranking to go way down, and guests won't even see your listing, let alone book it. So I encourage you to do all of the upfront work as best you can. Are you currently setting up your home for your first guests? I would love to hear about your progress. Please tell me in the comments down below. Now let's bring it all home. In this week's episode, we went over what's involved in getting your home guest ready and how much time you can expect to spend doing that. I went over both of the major one-time setup activities, and those were physically setting up your space, so that included decluttering, cleaning, and maintaining. Then we talked about the virtual stuff, your Airbnb listing, your check-in and check-out procedure. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, then please do so and click on the notification bell so that you'll receive a notification when I post a new video. Until next week, thanks for watching and bye for now.